It's Wellness Wednesday. Whoops, wrong camera. Okay, this Wellness Wednesday I'm cramming in really quickly because I'm pre-recording because one of my Invisalign anchors came off. Labor Day was Monday. I'm recording on Monday because Tuesday I may have to rush in to get it fixed. So I don't know, so I'm pre-recording. But I want to talk about this whole AI companionship thing because there was another, death of a teen and the parents blamed AI. And there's a quote from I talked about this last week, quote from one of the parents who went on and on about what the AI bot knew. And that's the thing. The AI, these chatbots, they do not know anything. They do not understand anything. They may mimic validating language, but they are not actually validating because they don't think. They mirror. They are large language models. You're talking to yourself. And that is an important thing to recognize because of these people using AI as a confidant. If you're treating it as journal writing, okay. If you are replicating talking to a friend because you're afraid of rejection from actual humans, this is where we gotta talk. And that's why I'm keeping this video really short and focusing it onto one thing, because this is real simple. The reason understanding feels good is because there's a potential to not be understood. The reason acceptance feels good is there's a potential for rejection. If one doesn't exist, then neither can the other. And these bots are so sycophantic that, well, they're trained to be sycophantic. They're not actually trying to please anyone. They don't feel anything. So they have been trained to replicate somebody who will agree with absolutely everything you say. You're talking to a yes man. Consider that. And yeah, rejection hurts. And the fact that there are so many people just terrified of other people out there, that's a real problem that we have to figure out what to do about it. One is everybody just being significantly less cruel. Stop focusing on what you hate, focus on what you like. Stop using the internet just to vent your rage at things, because think about what you're putting out there. You don't deserve any better than you're adding to feed the beast. And the number of people who complain about how awful everybody else is, allegedly, while being completely horrid themselves. I mean, we all know about the greater internet fuckwad theory. And I do think that that's part of it, that this idea that the internet is this unfettered place where no one can censor you, that's the wrong way to think about it, right? Because I think everybody's censoring themselves online because, well, don't want to get falsely accused, don't want to get canceled, all that stuff. So that's not even true, right? But this idea that everybody's so afraid, especially of the opposite sex, that because of the internet that we're here. Let's talk about that because, there's been a lot of talk about dating lately in conversations I've been having. And one of the real issues is that men and women honestly don't realize how the other half thinks, how the other half reacts. And I talking to this one poor guy where he got a girl's number and then she got weird afterwards. And he was kicking himself thinking he did something wrong. And I said to him, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think what happened is when you were right in front of her, you were a person. And once she got out of your physical presence, you were just some man. And all the what if danger brain kicked in. And to see, I asked a few other women I trust about this stuff because, like, obviously, dating via text is not something, and I've been married for over 25 years now. But every woman I talked to about this, where I said, this is what I think the woman did, they said, I did that. I absolutely did that. He was really nice. And then when it came to the, the what if and the texting and, the unknown, I just panicked and choked and ran away. So it's not your fault, guys, if that happens. I mean, if somebody gives you specific feedback, like, hey, you're coming on too strong, give me some space, listen to that. But if you don't get those explicit indicators, you can't make bricks without clay. Don't worry about it. Move on until somebody actually tells you you're doing something wrong. Then listen. But oh no, rejection, that hurts. You see? Flip side, I had to caution a guy not to just like slowly pull away from a girl he was dating because his buddy said that's what he should do. Because there were certain elements of the relationship, well, of certain things about the girl that he wasn't, thrilled with. And they were completely reasonable boundaries to set. There are certain core values that if they're not compatible, then it's just not going to work and it's no one's fault. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's just a mismatch. But I said to him, no, if you like and respect this woman, you will tell her. It may hurt her feelings, but in the long run, it's better to, be kind and be as gentle as possible, but be clear of, these are my priorities. This is what I want in a relationship. Are we on the same page here? Instead of just assuming things about her that he can't know and pulling away and making her go. I mean, that's going to make a woman feel used, especially if you've had sex with that woman. And if you just have sex multiple times and then just sort of pull away and there's no explanation as to why, versus, I really like you. We definitely have a connection. There's definitely an attraction. In order for this, because there's hints that she wanted more of the relationship, and that's why the guy said pull away. Like, look, this is what I'd need for it to be more serious. Have the conversation. And guess what? If they can't handle it, if you're as nice and kind and gentle and understanding and you go slow, like if you take responsibility for all the things that you can control and they have a bad reaction, well, that tells you something, right? That tells you that, okay, this isn't the right person for you. But there's gotta be more explicit communication in these spaces. And people are dumping their hearts out to chatbots and not having meaningful, clear, authentic conversations with real people. And I don't know, maybe I should do a series on dating. Maybe I should do workshops on dating. It's so freaking weird. But what do you guys think? Let me know, because chatbots are not companions. Chatbots are toys. You're talking to your action figure. These guys are, as good to talk to as a chatbot, right? Because I can imagine, because they're all characters like E.T., Fun Home, right? That's about as authentic as what an LLM does. So what do you guys think? Should I do some content on this? Let me know. That's basically what I want to know this video. Help support this channel. Become a monthly patron. Patreon.com/LeannaK. Or buy a one-time Leanna Care session for someone can use it but can't afford it. Coffee.com/LeannaK. See, a chatbot wouldn't do that. Thanks for watching and be well.